everybody. Welcome to Ticket Stubs and Popcorn. I'm Peter.
And I'm Frank. How's it going, everybody?
Today's actor is Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek. She is great. Hey, you know what? Before we do that, I just want to... I'm going to let you do your question. I'm going to let you finish.
No, you do the question.
I'm going to let you finish.
I'm done. Salma Hayek.
Easy, Taylor Swift. I'm going to let you finish. But no, I just wanted to throw a thank you out there to folks who, we're supporting the show, grabbing mugs and T-shirts and stuff like that. Really cool. We appreciate that. Remember to like and subscribe this video if you would, and check out the podcast. You want to, it's just like, let's listen to me at the gym and while you're driving to work. That's really cool. Follow us on Instagram, and all of this helps support the show. We really appreciate it. And I love all the comments that we get and folks reaching out, and that's some fun stuff.
Yeah.
So now I will let you get to your bizarre question. I thought you were going to tell me. I get to ask the question?
Well, I thought when you interrupted, I backed off.
Oh, no, so I thought you were going to ask. I thought that you were going to ask a question.
I'm just going to say.
All right, good. Then I'm going to.
Salma Hayek. Okay, go ahead. You go ahead. Ask the question.
I thought that you.
How many times do we argue? Okay, go ahead.
All right. So we're in the midst of summertime.
We are.
Everything's hot and heavy in the summertime.
I'm creeped out.
Wow, I'm creeped out, and it is not the first time I have creeped myself out. Really, I need an adult in the room when I'm in the room with me. So, what's one of your favorite summer movies? Not summer blockbuster or Jaws or whatever, but I mean this may be one. But something set like a summer movie, like a summertime
movie.
Like a summertime movie. That's an awfully vague question, isn't it? But that's the one we're going to go with because I have decreed it. I have spoken.
Okay.
Excuse me. So, talk to me about Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek. You want me to go first?
Sure.
All righty. Wonderful Latina actor we've had for a little bit now. She's been around.
Yeah.
I'm going to just go right off the top and say there are some movies that I am not crazy about because she's, I don't know, fallen in with Adam Sandler sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's
but I'm not blaming her. I'm just saying,
and we beat up Adam Sandler.
Yeah, and the thing is, we've seen what, I mean, this may be a later show. We've seen what he is capable of, so we know we expect a little more sometimes, but we seem to kind of get a lot of the same.
Well, there was a time when you could expect more from him and you hoped for more, but then, Hubie's Halloween comes out and you're just like, oh, all right, you've given up.
Yeah, you're like right back. You're
backsliding. Oh, I see. You know what it's like? It's like when I was in the 9th grade and I was taking algebra with Mrs. Black, and I was not a big fan of the algebra. So by the end of the year, I knew it's like, well, I'm taking algebra again next year.
I've got a little understanding this summer with algebra.
Sit in the back of the room and I would read a book.
Yeah.
I was not disruptive. I respected her enough and you know what was great? She respected me enough to know, you know what? I'm not going to beat my head against the wall with this kid.
I'm just sending him
he
to
doesn't
summer
give
school.
a damn.
I don't care.
He doesn't give a damn. I'm not going to take time away from the people who
I'm
who
washing
care.
My hands of that young man.
So, and I would read. We both had an affinity for Robert Ludlum books, right? So I went to the final. I sat for an hour and a half and read while everybody else did the final. I didn't even pretend that I'm going to try. Totally given up, right? So as I'm walking out of the class, Mrs. Black, have a great summer. She hands me a Robert Ludlum book. She's like, Frank, have a great summer. We'll see you in the fall. And it's just like, that meant more to me. It's just like, you kind of get, and it was one of those things. And we sort of became more friendly, through, again, it's freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
So, and I did take algebra again, and I did fine because I was applying myself and I gave a shit. But she just happened to catch me at a time when I was just like, I don't give a shit. So, But what was great about her seeing that was just like, oh, okay, this is where he is right now.
She understood
She
where you were at that point.
And, you know, we had to finish just like, and for me, I'm one of those, you know, one of the greatest gifts you can give someone is a book. You know, especially a book that you've thought about and you know that they're going to enjoy.
Yeah.
And to receive something like that is like
I
such
agree.
a big thing. So, anyway.
Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek.
We got.
How the hell did? Oh, you know what we're doing?
Adam Sandler.
We're talking about Adam
And we
Sandler
got-
and underachieving. So, there it is.
Anyway, Salma Hayek. So there are some good roles out there, and I'll just jump right in. My top 3 performances. She gets to go a little crazy, a little off the rails. Hitman's Bodyguard.
Yes.
She's not in a lot, but she's in enough where you go, this is a good little role. Didn't expect this one.
Yeah. Sequel, she does more.
Yeah,
There's more going on in the sequel.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Less is more in this case.
For that case.
Yes. In this case, less is
yeah.
more.
No, she's great.
So Hitman's Bodyguard, she is Sonia, and when you watch the movie, it's a great little, you know, banter fest between Ryan Reynolds and between Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
And we have this idea, usually, of what Samuel L. Jackson is and can be on the screen.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, he's almost a punching bag in this movie
Right?
for his cinematic wife,
Yeah.
played by Salma Hayek. It's just great. And
Yeah,
then even
she's so much fun in that.
even the other, you know, prisoners. She's in prison in the movie. Even the other prisoners who are she is a petite woman.
Yeah.
So I don't know, 5'2" maybe.
Maybe.
You know, if that. But the prisoners are stereotypical looking prisoners. So they're bigger women and stuff. They all cower to her. They're like almost crying themselves to sleep.
Yeah.
She is terrifying.
Yeah.
It's over the top. It's comical in a way, but fun.
Yeah.
Great
and
fun.
you can see that she's having such an amazing.
She is too.
Yeah.
She's having fun because it's a big change
Right,
for her.
yeah.
So I loved her in Hitman's Bodyguard. Second one, it's an earlier one. I want to say Robert Rodriguez, I think, but
Probably, yeah.
Desperado.
Yep.
Antonio Banderas, and this is a good one where she's not all sugar and spice necessarily, but she's not bad.
Right.
But she just wants to make the community, it's set in Mexico, wants to make the community a little better, but she's still kind of in cahoots at times
Yeah.
with the bad guy.
Yeah.
But when she can join forces when the opportunity arises, and she can join forces with the Antonio Banderas character to maybe clean up this situation, she jumps on board. She's ready for that. Carolina is her name in that one. She owns a coffee shop and a bookstore, combination coffee shop bookstore in the middle of this area, which doesn't seem like it would support either one of those,
Right.
but she had a dream. That's what her dream was, and she loved books. She loved coffee. Why not have that one?
Toughest part of town whatsoever.
Toughest part of town. You don't. Yeah, exactly.
Where are you going? We gotta go kill a guy. Look, there's a book signing. Okay, Joan Didion is.
There we go.
And I'm gonna go. I think it'll be great.
An opportunity for me to expand my horizons.
Right.
Come on, just
You
let
know,
me be.
I'm an onion.
I've got many
Roberto,
layers.
I'm an onion.
But it's a great little role. I shouldn't say little. It's a good sized role.
Yeah.
And it's, you know, the movie's good. It has its moments.
Yeah.
Maybe not great, but it's good enough.
Yeah.
for that kind of shoot 'em up. And,
shoot 'em up
it's
is probably a great way to describe it. Good action
Yeah.
movie, and she holds her own in there.
Very good. Yeah. So I like that one.
And it's great because Robert Rodriguez is one of those guys who one of those directors who will work with like a lot of the same people all the time.
Yes.
So you'll see a lot of the
Definitely.
same people show up in his movies.
Definitely.
So
Yeah.
it's really
like
kind of fun.
Cheech Marin.
Cheech
Will always
Marin.
be
You got
either
Cheech Marin,
either
Antonio Banderas.
Yeah. Cheech Marin will not always, but almost always have that same role. Either a world weary, just guy wandering around, or the world weary bartender.
Yeah. Either way,
Or
he is wary by this
You
world.
got it. You got it. So he's it's a good little role for Salma Hayek, and it's good to see her. Just do sometimes things that are a little different.
Yeah.
And she's definitely been in movies, some that have gotten more attention, perhaps. But my third pick would be fairly recent, I guess, maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe. And I'm going to preface this by saying the movie is okay. The ending is terrible. That's not exactly. That's not her fault. Her performance is very good. Beatriz at dinner, and she's very good in it. Actually, the people, the actors are very good in it. But like I said, when you see the movie, I don't think the ending works at all, and it really, really detracts from your appreciation of the movie. I won't. It's fairly recent, so I'm not even gonna.
Yeah.
I won't spoil it by giving it away. But she's a health worker, but most particularly a holistic healer. So she's into massage therapy as well, and she works at a cancer hospital. So she helps people, and her basic life is about loving care for people, respect for the earth, respect for animals. There's other stuff that comes
Damn
out.
hippies.
Yeah.
Ruining this country.
So she's in the U.S. She's from Mexico. Her character is from Mexico, and she comes over for a long time ago. She comes over fairly young, I guess, and she's into holistic medicine and healing and that sort of thing. And then she goes to a wealthy client's house for a massage because that client is giving a big, not a big dinner party, an important dinner party, a small intimate gathering, but it's an important one because her husband is a developer or a builder working for this very high-powered developer played by John Lithgow. And so so there is this conflict. Her car will not start. She cannot leave, but because she has this relationship with the family, she was a very good friend and healer to the daughter when the daughter, who's not in the movie, the daughter's off at college, but she had cancer and is a cancer survivor, and this was the woman that helped the daughter, so she's become close enough to the family. Her car will not start, and so there is nothing they can do, and her friend, the client, graciously invites her to stay for dinner, smooths it over with the husband because this dinner is very important to the husband. And
but he's not going to give the movie away.
No. So it's her and her reaction to John Lithgow's character, polar opposites at the dinner table. And we'll just leave it at that. But
hilarity ensues.
She's very good, and you see it the way she kind of wears it. It's in her face and her expression, what she feels, what life should be, and how people should treat other people. and it's not jiving exactly with the main guest, the invited guest for the evening, and so she has a hard time keeping her mouth shut and her thoughts to herself, but her tongue gets a little loosened by the wine, and then stuff happens. But I'll just leave it at that one. But she's very good. She's very good in this movie. It's a great performance, not such a good movie.
Yeah.
I think it had good intentions.
Don't they all?
But anyway, so
Anyway.
Salma Hayek.
All right, cool. We overlap with the Hitman's Bodyguard.
Yeah.
I just think
I
it's
think that one's the
given
obvious
that.
one.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, because it's really fun to
Yeah.
see her doing like some action-y kind of stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And because she did do so much stuff with Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah.
So that it's really fun, and she, you know, again, you've got Sam Jackson and you've got Ryan Reynolds, who were two motor mouth
Oh, yeah.
banter
It's just
back
that
and
banter
forth,
back and
and the
forth
fact
is
that she
fun.
gets in there and kicks ass is just
Yeah.
is fantastic. Whereas kind of the actiony stuff that she's doing in like Desperado and Once Upon
It's
a
a
Time in
different
Mexico,
kind of-
it's
yeah.
a different, you know, it's like a little bit more serious. Whereas this is just so like clowny.
It is.
I guess it's just
fun.
so much
Yeah.
over the
Have
top.
fun with this.
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's
I got the
it's-
words here, but you
Yeah.
have fun with it.
It's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
fun to
exactly.
see that, because we've seen her do, you know, funny stuff before. When she's like Serendipity in Dogma, you know,
Yeah.
she's and
Yeah.
that actually is my other like
Okay.
a second one is her little bit in Dogma.
Right, it's a small,
Where
but
because what Kevin Smith does in there, and he does to with great success, is he takes some of these smaller roles, and with his deft pen, if I may, is able to sort of give like what Serendipity's role is in the universe, you know.
Yes.
And so without it being, you know, preachy or too much exposition and stuff like that. So it just kind of like, you know, works. Where, you know, the mere mortals are kind of like, wait, Serendipity's like a real person? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a
of
person,
course
yeah.
I am, you know? So, and she's really, really, really great in that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's too bad that it comes at sort of like, oh, she's looking super sexy. You might not take it seriously, but what she's saying is really good, and she's, you know, plays a really, really good part in that. Also, sort of sticking to her comic abilities, I'm going to drift into TV, which I think is, you know, I think it's inevitable that that's going to happen more and more with us. When she had a little arc on 30 Rock.
Okay.
Did you ever watch any of that
never
show?
really got into it. But
Great
I know
show.
it's
She
good.
dates, you know, Jack Donaghy and the Alec Baldwin character, and she plays Elisa, and she initially starts off as the Jack Donaghy's mother's like nurse, you know, visiting nurse kind of thing, and they start dating, and she may or may not be like a murderer from Mexico. There's some question because someone sees her and it's just like, oh, Diabla. It's so funny. So it's so she's really, really, really funny in that, and I love seeing her in that. She's like, and she's up against like Alec Baldwin, who's wicked funny, and Tina Fey.
Everyone is a comedian.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's really fun to see, and I'm glad that she got as much time in that show as she did. One of the first, and this was kind of like fourth or fifth on my list, but it should be mentioned, her performance in Frida.
I was about to say,
right?
I wasn't able. It just didn't make my top three, but it's way up there.
Yeah, I mean another great performance. I happen to just be sort of more predisposed. Wow, I like more English. Good. Predisposed. Wow. To kind of the lighter, the funnier stuff. I like seeing, you know, people that you don't think would be funny be funny. So I also like her in Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and I know this is getting really, really like, well, Frank, what are your stupid three? So, because,
I got it.
well, yeah, I mean, but like, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, again, like you said with Desperado,
Yeah.
it's that same world, and it's that kind of dusty, orangey hued environment, and the action is really, really well done, and she does it really well. It's really, really fun. So,
I think there are times, whether it's her choice or not. I know it's not a financial need. So there are some movies though that you see her in, and you kind of feel like she's being typecast.
yeah. Well, early on, especially.
She has a look, and she has an accent in a background, and I think people.
Yeah.
It does happen.
Yeah.
Let's face it.
I mean, it's she seems really out of place in like the Grown Up movie with Adam Sandler.
Exactly.
Because it's just I don't know. I don't know why either. It was just like, wait a minute, you're really too good for this.
Exactly.
Run.
Exactly.
Run.
Exactly.
So yeah. So I guess if I had to really just say, okay, Frank, it's her as Elisa on 30 Rock,
right? The 30 Rock
and Hitman's Bodyguard and
Dogma.
And Dogma.
Third one, right?
Yeah. So all right.
You want to do my three?
Yeah, your three were Hitman's Bodyguard,
right?
And Beatriz at Dinner, and Desperado. Yeah. So all right, cool.
Yeah.
So
we talked about that. Yeah, talented.
Yeah, she's great.
Talented actor. When she's in the right vehicle.
Frida, she was great.
No, definitely.
A great movie, beautiful look. It was just a beautiful movie. Yeah.
It's got a good look to it.
All right.
Yeah, no. It's just that sometimes I think I like some of her movies better than others.
I know, that's
like
nature of the
performance. Yeah, exactly.
So, summer movie.
Summer movie. So just set in the summer.
Yeah.
Or at least evocative of the summer. You hit it. You mentioned it, although you kind of may have just kind of like knocked it off the thing. But I got to tell you, summer movie, because it is bound. It's bound on both ends, and the movie only takes place in the summer. The problem also is the summer, because this one town needs to make their money only during the summer. So Jaws. Is the perfect summer movie in that respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that's one of those movies I could watch at any time. Just pick it up and go, oh, is Jaws on today? I'll watch it right now. Fun, love the acting. Everybody in it does a great job. And I liked the premise, and it was like, I don't know if it's the first one that I remember, first big like summertime blockbuster.
I think that it goes down in history as the first big summer blockbuster.
Yeah, where like you plan your schedule around it. We'll do it in the summer. It's going to be
perfect, and it was hugely popular.
It stayed on.
Yeah, it was
theaters, because the whole theater system was different.
Yeah.
So it stayed there for, God.
Long time.
Oh, I'd say 30, 40 weeks,
something
maybe.
Like that.
It was
crazy. Huge.
When you think,
what is this? National Treasure in Theater 6?
A movie going now, can you imagine? A movie, not a cult movie.
No.
But can you, not like at an theater.
You might
get
a month. And that would have to be something like a Star Wars or one of the Marvel movies that starts in like 4 different auditoriums, and then a month later it might be down to like a smaller house.
Yeah.
So
it's just phenomenal when you think about it.
Yeah.
That whole, now it seems archaic. It's a whole other world ago. But that Jaws was unbelievable. And for me, it's just summer. That's what it is for me.
Yeah. See, for me,
it's, you know what I mean? It's kind of bounded on both ends. That's summer. This is the beginning, is the end. That's it. They gotta, It's, you know, it's just
yeah.
what
Oh, yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Mine, I would get. I mean, the one I picked would be American Graffiti.
Yeah.
Because
No, but,
there
but
were
the same.
yeah, the same,
feelings you
and
get.
especially when I first saw it.
Yeah.
I was, a teenager, and at the time, it's summertime. You work your little summer job, and then you hang out with your friends, and you drive around. And when I was a kid, you drive down, you go down to Revere Beach, and you hang out at the beach, or you drive and let's run to the mall for a little bit. You just sort of you drive. So it was very reminiscent, of that for me. It's just this is kind of what you're doing. You're outside, you're hanging around, your friends outside. You might just be, talking on somebody's stoop for hours at a time. So
Exactly.
that sort of stuck it for me. But also, but getting on a crazier type of movie, One Crazy Summer, which is literally a crazy movie where you've John Cusack and Demi Moore, sort of one of the lesser John Cusack movies.
Another, you just made me thought about summer movies. It's probably the best example of its genre, but it's not a very popular genre. But I saw it again not too long ago, a couple months or so. Endless Summer, which is a surfing movie. But the whole thing is
you're just chasing the sun.
The idea is they're chasing the sun, so their summer literally, once they go in the southern hemisphere, goes for the whole year.
Yeah.
Well, almost a year. Not quite, but the idea is they're just surfing. It's a documentary pretty much, and that's what it is. And it is just interesting. I just like seeing that one again.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. Hey, let's let's book it. Someone's trying to hang on there. I wonder who that was.
Yeah, I know.
All righty.
Who just fell off? That'll be fun. Right. Okay, this will be fun.
Yes.
All righty.
All right, folks. Hey, please remember to like and subscribe. Check out the podcast of this show, and if you wouldn't mind, well, you don't have to mind, but if you want to support the show, you're not wearing the shirt, but I got the mug. If you want to, check out the merchandise, some fun stuff. So, that's all we got. We'll see you next time.
Take care. Bye bye.